Hi everyone. So in this video we are going to discuss about the JIPMAT 2025 quants questions. So we have already covered questions from IPMAT 2025, 2024 and 2023. All the quants questions are covered. Now we are starting with JIPMAT 2025. We will cover all the quants questions one by one. So I hope this helps to you. Moreover, we are providing free mock tests. We are providing free mock tests for all the undergraduate examinations for management level. So it is, let's say, IPMAT or JIPMAT or for IIM Rohtak and for Christ University and for IMK BMS. We are providing questions. We are providing mocks for all these examinations, and these are available free of course. You have to just search Cracku IPMAT mock test. IPMAT mock test. You have to just search Cracku IPMAT mock test and you'll be redirected to the link. There you can just attempt those mock tests. You can see where do you stand and you can understand like which areas are your weak areas and which are strong areas for you. We have provided free content for IMB UG test as well, and it has been a success for us because many students were able to basically ace that examination with our mocks. So this is something which is similar to what we are providing for from IMB UG. We are providing for IPMAT and JIPMAT as well. I think this will definitely going to help you a lot because IMB UG was something which was happening for the first time and we were able to ace it well. So similar expectations we have with IPMAT as well. We have created papers on the basis of last 4 to 5 years IPMAT question papers, or let's say for JIPMAT we have considered all last 4 to 5 years JIPMAT question papers. So all the questions are being made as per the previous year questions, like whatever the level is being asked in the examination is something which we are trying to replicate in our mocks as well. So do give these mocks. Mocks is really gonna help you a lot because it is something which will help you find where do you particularly basically what is your standing, like how much is your preparation. So if you are good in the preparation, you will definitely score high in mocks, and you will also realize that okay, this topic, or let's say this particular section, verbal section or DLR section or quant section is something which is weak for you and you have to work for it. We have good amount of time and you can definitely give this like basically attempt these mocks, and you have a huge amount of good amount of time for basically working on your weaker sections. So do give these mocks. You have to just search Cracku IPMAT mock test and all the mock tests are available there. So do check out these mocks. Again, as mentioned, this is free of course. We are not charging anything for this. This is available free of course for you. So do give these mocks. So with this, let's start our questions. The first question says the value of 999 1 by 7, which is a complex fraction, plus 999 2 by 7, plus 999 3 by 7, plus 4 by 7, plus 5 by 7, plus 6 by 7 is equal to. So I can write this one, which is 999 1 by 7. 999 1 upon 7 can be written as 999 plus 1 upon 7. Similarly, 999 2 upon 7 can be written as 999 plus 2 upon 7. This is how you convert the complex fraction into normal fractions. So 999 plus 1 by 7 can be like 999 1 by 7 can be written as 999 plus 1 by 7. So if I have to just basically simplify this equation, it will be something like 999 plus 1 by 7 plus 999 plus 2 by 7 plus 999 plus 3 by 7 plus 999 plus 4 by 7 plus 999 plus 5 by 7 plus 999 plus 6 by 7. So this is something which you like after simplifying you will get this. So we can see there are 999 6 times upper here. There are 6 times 999, so I can write this as 999 into 6. Similarly, in all these fractions we can take 1 by 7 common. In this fractions I can take 1 by 7 common, so 1 by 7 I have taken common. This will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. So 999 into 6 is basically 5994, which is 999 into 6, 1998, and thus 5994. Plus 1 by 7, this is sum of first 6 natural numbers, which is 6 into 7 divided by 2, which is 21. So 1 by 7 into 21. So this can be written as 5994 plus 1 by 7 into 21 is 3. So 5994 plus 3, which is equal to 5997. Thus the value of this entire equation becomes 5997, and therefore option A is the correct answer. A speaks truth in 75% cases. So A speaks truth in 75 and B in 80% of the cases. So the probability of A saying the truth is 0.75. Thus the probability of A lying, let's say it is represented by A bar, so A lying is 0.25. Then probability of B speaking the truth is 0.8. So probability of B speaking the truth is 0.8. So probability of B lying will be 1 minus 0.8, which is 0.2. In what percentage of the cases are they likely to contradict each other in narrating the same incident? So how will they contradict? They will contradict when A is saying the truth, and B is saying the false. A is saying the truth and B is not saying the truth. Or I can say A is not saying the truth, or A is saying false. A is giving false information and B is giving true information. One of the two have to give true information, and one of the two has to give the false information. So I can say the probability of contradicting will be equal to probability of A speaking the truth and multiplied by B lying. That is when A is speaking the truth and B is lying, or it can be probability of A not speaking the truth, that is A is lying, and probability of B saying the truth, that is B is speaking the truth. So either A truth, B lie, or A is lying, B is saying the truth. So probability of A speaking the truth is 0.75, 0.75 multiplied by probability of B lying is 0.2, so 0.2 plus probability of A lying is 0.25. So this is 0.25 multiplied by probability of B saying the truth is 0.8. So 0.8. So 0.75 plus into 0.2 is 0.15 plus 0.25 into 0.8 is 0.2. Thus probability of contradicting their statements, that is one speaking truth and the other speaking lie, will be 0.15 plus 0.2, which is 0.35. And therefore the probability of contradicting is 0.35, and therefore I can say the correct answer will be 35%. 35% can be written as 0.35. So probability of contradicting is 35%. Amit and Alok attempted to solve a quadratic equation. Amit made a mistake in writing down the constant term. So Amit made a mistake in writing down the constant term and ended up with roots 4, 3. So if roots are 4, 3, what I can say is sum of roots is, for this only, sum of roots is basically 7 and product is 12. And we know equation is given by, any quadratic equation is given by x square minus sum of roots multiplied by x plus product of the roots. This is a general way of representing the equation, x square minus sum of roots of the product multiplied by x plus product of the roots. If roots are 4, 3, sum is 7 and product is 12, thus I can say the equation will be x square minus 7x plus 12 should be equal to 0. Now it is clearly given that Amit made a mistake. So this is Amit, and Amit made a mistake in writing down the constant term. So he made a mistake in writing down the constant term. So this is the mistake. So thus I can say the coefficient of x term is correct. Coefficient of x, that is this particular term, which is minus 7x, this is correct. Thus I can say if my final equation is x square minus ax plus b, let's say this is my correct equation. So thus I can say x square plus ax plus b. I can say the coefficient of x is minus 7, or I can write a is equals to minus 7. Now further it is given that Alok made a mistake in writing down the coefficient of x. So Alok made a mistake in writing down the coefficient of x and get roots 3, 2. So what is happening with Alok? Alok is getting the roots, which is equal to 3, 2. Thus I can write sum will be equal to, sum of the roots will be equal to 3 plus 2, which is 5, and product of the roots will be equal to 3 multiplied by 2, which is 6. So roots is 3, 2, sum is 5 and product is 6. Now again using this logic, which is x square minus sum of roots multiplied by x plus product of roots, the equation will be x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. Now he is making a mistake in writing down the coefficient of x. So this is somewhere which he is making a mistake at. But he has got the constant term correct. So in this equation of which is my correct equation, which is x square plus ax plus b, I can say b will be equal to 6. Why? Because Alok is writing the constant term correctly. He is making the mistake in coefficient of x. Thus I can say if a is minus 7 and b is 6, the correct equation will be x square minus 7x plus 6 equal to 0. This is my correct equation. If I further solve this to get the roots of the equation, I'll have x square minus x minus 6x plus 6 should be equal to 0, or I can write x minus 6 into x minus 1 is equal to 0. Thus the actual roots of the equation will be x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 6. So these are the actual roots of the equation, the roots of the correct equation. Alok and Amit made a mistake and they got the wrong roots. The correct equation is this one and these are the correct roots. Therefore, I can say the correct roots, it is asking the correct roots of the equation are 6, 1, thus option B. The next question is, how many 3-digit even numbers can be formed using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 when repetition of digits is not allowed? So we have to form a 3-digit number. 3-digit number, and second condition is it should be an even number. So these are the two conditions which need to be followed, 3-digit and even number. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now if I want the integer number, even number, so its unit digit should be even. If I want the overall 3-digit number to be even, the unit digit should be even. So thus out of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, out of these 5 digits, the unit digit can be filled in only 2 ways, which is either 2, it can be filled with either 2 or 4. It can have either 2 or 4 because it should be an even digit only, then the entire number will be an even number. If it is 2, now there is one digit which is already filled in this place, which is already taken up by the unit digit. Let's say it is 4. Let's say 4 is already filled at unit digit. So now we are left with 1, 2, 3 and 5. Thus to fill this place, I will be left with 4 numbers. Since unit digit is already filled, so thus for the 10th digit, I will be only left with 4 numbers. Let's say if it is 4, then I'll left with 1, 2, 3 and 5. So thus number of ways of filling the 10th digit is 4. Similarly, if let's say this digit is also filled, which means that unit digit is also filled and 10th digit is also filled. Let's say it is filled by 3. So now for the 100th digit, I'll have only 3 options. I'll have only 3 options, which is 1, 2 and 5, because 3 and 4 are already filled and repetition of digits is not allowed. So thus I'll have only 3. Thus the total number of ways, total numbers will be equal to 3 into 4 into 2. 3 into 4 into 2, which is equal to 24 numbers. 3 into 4 into 2, which is equal to 24 numbers, and therefore I can say option C, 24 is the correct one. The next question says, from the 4 corners of a rectangular sheet of dimensions 25 into 20 centimeter, square of side 2 centimeters cut off from 4 corners and a box is made. Okay, the volume of the boxes. So we have a rectangular sheet like this. So this is 25 and this is 20. Out of these, from all 4 corners, square of side 2 centimeter is cut off. The square of side 2 centimeter is cut off from all 4 corners of 2 centimeter is cut off from all 4 corners. Thus the figure will look something like this. The length of this will be 21 centimeter. This will be 16 centimeter. And this is also 16. This is also 21. Now what will happen? It is made into a box. So how it is converted into a box? Basically, you can assume that this part is rotated 90 degrees towards me, let's say towards above the screen, or you can say in the z-axis plane. This is normal x and y-axis plane. It is something like, let's say this is your sheet, and this basically, let's say this is your part, which is the part which is shaded. Now I'll rotate it like this. So now this will be a square. So it is something like this was the plane thing, and this was some extra part. So I've put it up, like I've rotated it by 90 degrees in the z-axis plane. So it is put it up. So this is, I have rotating this side, then again this part, I'll rotate it to this side, then again this part as well, rotating, and this part as well, rotating. So now this will be a box. For which the length is 21 centimeter, which is this one. This is the length is 21 centimeter. Breadth will be 16 centimeter, which is this, and height will be 2 centimeter, which is this. This will be the height because it is rotated towards in the z-axis plane above. So this will become the height. It will become the thickness of the box. So this is height. Now the volume of the box is what? This is a cuboid. So volume of box will be equal to L into B into H. So what is L? L is 21. What is B? B is 16, and what is H? H is 2. So 21 into 16 is 16 to 320, 336, and 336 multiplied by 2. Volume of the box is 672 centimeter cube, and therefore the correct answer is option B, which is 672 centimeter cube. The next question is given, if 2 to the power 122 plus 4 to the power 62 plus 8 to the power 42 plus 4 to the power 64 plus 2 to the power 130 is divisible by which one of the following integers? So let me just simplify this. This is 2 to the power 122 plus this becomes 2 square to the power 62 plus 2 cube to the power 42. Then we have 2 square to the power 64, and then we have 2 to the power 130. So simplifying this, this will be 2 to the power 122 plus 2 square. So 2 into 62 will be 124. So 2 to the power 124 plus 3 into 42 is 126. So 2 to the power 126 plus 2 into 64 is 128. So 2 to the power 128 plus 2 to the power 130. So now what I can see is 122 is a power which is appearing in all. So I'll take 2 to the power 122 as common. So inside it will become 1 plus 2 to the power 124 is 2 square plus 2 to the power 126. Now it will be 2 to the power 4 only, because 2 to the power 122 is taken as common. Then this will become 2 to the power 6 plus 2 to the power 8. So 2 to the power 122 into 1 plus 4 plus 16 plus 64 plus 256. Now 64 plus 256 is 320. 4 plus 60 is 20, and this is 1. So 320 plus 20 plus 1. 320 plus 20 plus 1, this is equal to 2 to the power 122 into 341. This can be further simplified as 2 to the power 122 into 341 is divisible by 11. So this is 11 into 11 3 is 33 and 1. So 11 into 31. So the entire of this number, this number is simplified to 2 to the power 122 into 11 into 31. So I can say this number is divisible by all the 2 powers and 11 and 31. So all 2 powers 11 and 31. So this number will be divisible by, now we have to check the options. What are the options? We have 3, it is not divisible by 3, it is not divisible by 7, it is not divisible by 5, but it is divisible by 11. So option D, 11 is the correct answer. The next question is given as the cost of fencing of an equilateral triangle and a square park is the same. So the cost of fencing is basically you have to fence the perimeter. So you have to compare the perimeter square. So let's say the equilateral triangle side length is A, and for square the side length is B. The cost of fencing is same. So if I say if the cost per meter is, let's say, rupees K. If cost per meter is rupees K, then cost of fencing for equilateral triangle will be K into 3A, because the perimeter is 3A for this, and for square it is 4B. So K into 3A should be equal to K into 4B. Because what is K? K is rupees per meter. K rupees per meter is cost per meter. Now for number of meters for A, for the equilateral triangle is 3A, and for square is 4B. So K into 3A should be equal to K into 4B. So K get cancelled, and thus A upon B becomes 4 upon 3. I'll assume A as 4x, that is side length of equilateral triangle as 4x and side length of square as 3x. If the area of the triangular park is 16 root 3 meter square, this is the area of equilateral triangle park. So this I can say, what is the area of this one? If side length is A, area of equilateral triangle is root 3 by 4 into A square. What is A? A is 4x. So root 3 by 4 into 4x ka whole square. This is equal to 16 root 3. Now this 4 square will be 16, and this 16 and 16 will get cancelled. Also this root 3 and root 3 will be cancelled, and thus I can say x square will be equal to, this 4 go to the right side, so x square is equal to 4, or x is equal to 2. So if x is equal to 2, side length of A, or the side length of equilateral triangle will be 8 meters, and side length of square will be 6 meters. Thus this will be 6 meters, and this will be 6 meters as well. Then the length of the diagonal of the square park. So length of the diagonal of the square park will be what? Since let's say we have to find A. So A is equal to under root 6 square plus 6 square, which is equal to under root 36 plus 36, or under root 72, or I can say 6 root 2 meter. Thus the diagonal of the square park will be of the length 6 root 2 meter, and thus option D is the correct answer. The difference between the compound and simple interest on a certain sum of money at an interest rate of 10% per annum for 1/2 years is 183 when the interest is compounded semi-annually. So we have two schemes, which is CI and SI. Now for SI, it is the amount is P, the rate is 10%, and time is 1.5 years. So time is 1.5 years. But for CI, for compound interest, it is compounded semi-annually. So when when it is compounded semi-annually, what will happen? The rate becomes half and time becomes twice. Rate becomes half and time becomes twice. So same, P is invested. The rate was 10% per annum, and if it is compounded semi-annually, the rate will become half. So rate will be 5%. And now it is invested for 1.5 years. So if it is compounded semi-annually, the time will increase. Time will be doubled. If it is half, the rate is half, the time will be doubled. And therefore, the number of years for compound interest scheme will be, or the number of iteration, time period iterations will be 3 years. So this will be 3. Now difference between CI and SI is rupees 183. So difference is equal to 183. So formula for SI is simple. It is P into R into T divided by 100. PRT divided by 100. So this is P into 10 into 1.5 divided by 100, which is equal to 0.15 P. So this is my simple interest. My simple interest value is 0.15 P. Now for my compound interest, what will happen? I have to find out CI will be equal to A3 minus P. That is amount after 3 years minus the principal amount. So amount after 3 years will be amount after 3 iterations, not years. It is iterations. Basically, this is iteration since it is compounded semi-annually. That's why it is. We are using the term iterations. So P into 1 plus what is rate? Rate is 5 by 100 ka whole cube minus P. So this is P into 1.05 ka whole cube minus P, and this is further simplified to, so 1.05 ka whole cube is P into 1.157625 minus P. The CI will be equal to 0.157625 P. 25P. This is my CI. The difference is given as 183, and I can clearly see CI is greater than SI. So I can write CI minus SI should be equal to 183. Thus 0.157625P minus 0.15P should be equal to, this is 183, this should be equal to 183. So 0.007625P should be equal to 183, and thus P should be equal to 183 divided by 0.007625. This will come out as P is equal to 24,000. This will come out as P equal to 24,000, and therefore I can say option B, which is rupees 24,000, is the sum of money, that is the amount which is invested. Amount invested is rupees 24,000, so P is 24,000. Which of the following statements are correct? So we have to check each statement now. So A is saying if 2 to the power x, 3 to the power y is equal to 6 to the power minus z, then 1 upon x plus 1 upon y plus 1 upon z is 0. Let's check A first. So let's say 2 to the power x is equal to 3 to the power y is equal to 6 to the power minus z. This is equal to k. So if I say 2 to the power x is equal to k, I can take log both sides. So I can write x log 2 should be equal to log k. Thus I can write x is equal to log k upon log 2. And we know that log a upon log b can be written as log a to the base b. So similarly, x can be written as log k to the base 2. Similarly, 3 to the power y is equal to k. Again, y log 3 is equal to log k, or I can write y is equal to log k by log 3, and thus y can be written as log k to the base 3. This is k. Now 6 to the power minus z is equal to k. Again, we can take log both sides, so this will become minus z log 6 is equal to log of k. And instead we can do one more thing. What I can do is, instead of writing this, I'll compute the value of log of 2. So log of 2 will be log of k upon x. Log of 2 will be log of k upon x. Similarly, this is log of 3. So instead of finding y, I'll get log of 3, and log of 3 will be equal to log of k upon y. Now minus z into log upon 6 is equal to log upon k. So if I further solve this up, this I can write as minus z log of 6 can be written as log of 2 plus log of 3 should be equal to log of k. I can take this minus z to the right hand side. So this will be log of 2, I can write log of k upon x plus log 3 can be written as log of k upon y, and this can be written as minus of log of k upon z. Log k get cancelled. So this will be 1 upon x, 1 upon y is equal to minus 1 upon z. Now this minus 1 upon z I can bring to the right hand side, sorry, left hand side. So this will become 1 upon x plus 1 upon y plus 1 upon z should be equal to 0. So if 1 upon x, 1 upon y plus 1 upon z is equal to 0, this is something which is basically we are able to prove this. So I can say statement A is the correct state. Now let me just solve this for statement B. Statement B is saying that we have 243 to the power 0.16 into 9 to the power 0.1 should be equal to 0.3. So let us check. 243 into 0.16, this can be written as 3 to the power 5 into 0.16 into 9 can be written as 3 to the power 2 into 0.1. Now 3 to the power 5 into the power 0.16, this can be written as 5 into 0.16. So this will be equal to 3 to the power 0.8. And 3 to the power 2 into 0.1 can be written as 3 to the power into 3 to the power 0.2. Thus, now since we have same basis, so I can add the power. So this will become 3 to the power 0.8 plus 0.2. This will be equal to 0.8 plus 0.2 is 3 to the power 1, or which I can say it is equal to 3. But my RHS is saying that it should be equal to 0.3. I am getting it as 3, but it's the statement says it should be 0.3. So I can say statement B is not correct. Now let's check statement C. Statement C is saying 3.105 into 10 to the power p is equal to 0.00239 plus 0.000715. Then p should be equal to minus 3. So let me just add this right hand side. So 0.00239 plus 0.000715. So I'll put a 0. If I have to add this one, I'll get 0. This is 5, 1, 1 carry, 3, 7, 1, 1 carry. This is 3. This is 0.00315. So this right hand side sum can be written as 0.00315. 3115. Now 3115, I can take this decimal 3 places to the right. So this can be written as 3.115 into 10 to the power minus 3. When you take decimal 3 places right, you have to use negative power of 10, and how many places you are moving, you have to put it that number is the power. So this can be written as 3.115 into 10 to the power minus 3. So this is my RHS after simplifying. Also this should be 0. This should be a 0. Sorry, 9 plus 1 is 10. So this should be 0, 0, and this should be 0 as well. 3.105. This is 105, and similarly this will be 0 as well. This will be 3.105. Now if I compare this with my left hand side, I am getting 3.105 is common for me, and 10 to the power p I am getting as minus 3. So 10 to the power p will be equal to minus 3, or I can write p should be equal to minus 3. So I am getting p as minus 3, which is the desired statement. It is saying p is equal to minus 3. Thus I can say statement C is also correct. So A is correct, B is wrong, and C is correct, and thus I can say option D, A and C only are the correct statement, will be the correct answer. The next question is saying a car owner buys petrol at the rate of rupees 17, rupees 19 and rupees 20 per litre respectively for the 3 consecutive years. So for year 1, year 2, year 3, the price is 17 per litre, for second year is 19 per litre, and for third year it is 20 per litre. Now compute the average cost per litre. So we have to find out the average cost per litre. If he spends rupees 6460 per year for the 3 consecutive years. So how much is he spending? This is rupees 17 per litre, rupees 19 per litre, and rupees 20 per litre. This is rate. His spend is rupees 6460 every year. Rupees 6460 every year. Thus if I have to find out his consumption will be 6460 divided by the rate. The consumption will be spent divided by the rate. This will be my consumption. So 6460 divided by 17, this will be equal to 380. So this is 380 liters consumption in first year. Then we have for second year, we have 6460 divided by 19, which is equal to 3 and 4. So 340 liter in the second year, and 6460 divided by 20. So this can cancel, and this will be 323. So 323 liters in the third year. Now we have to find out the average cost per liter. So average cost per liter is something which we have to find out. How will we find out the average cost per liter? We have to find out total spend divided by the total consumption. Total spend divided by the total consumption will give me the average cost per year. What is the total spend? Total spend is 6460 in 3 years. So total spend is 3 into 6460. What is the total consumption? Total consumption is 380 in the first year, so 380 plus 340 in the second year, so 340, and plus 323 in the third year, so 323. Thus this will be equal to 19380 divided by 720 and 1043. So this will be 1043. So this is my total consumption rupees, and this is my total spend, which is 19380, and this is my total consumption, which is 1043 liter. After solving this, I'll get, if I solve this using a calculator, I'll get as rupees 18.58 per liter. This value 19380 divided by 1043, you can use the calculator and you will get 18.58. Thus, my average cost per liter comes out as rupees 18.58 per liter, and therefore I can say my correct answer is option B, which is rupees 18.58. In 4 years, an amount of rupees 6000 become rupees 8000 at a certain rate of simple interest. So, amount after n years will be equal to P into 1 plus RT by 100. This is how you find out the amount after n years for if you are investing principal at rate of interest R for time period T after n years. So after T time period, or let's say after T years, your amount will become this. So I am given the time, I am given T, I am given A, which is P, the initial amount, and it becomes 8000. So final amount. So I can write 8000 is equal to 6000 into 1 plus 4R upon 100. Thus I can write 1 plus 4R upon 100 will be equal to 4 by 3. 8000 divided by 6000 will come out as 4 by 3. I won't solve it. I'll solve this later. In what time at the same simple interest rate will an amount of rupees 525 become rupees 700? So my rate of interest R is same. My initial principal amount is rupees 525 now. It is not 6000, it is rupees 525. And my final amount after some time, let's say after n years, it is, let's say, rupees 700. So after n years, it is, let's say, 700. So what my equation becomes? So my amount after n years is 700. So 700 is equal to 525 multiplied by 1 plus NR upon 100. 1 plus NR upon 100, because our rate of interest is R, which is same as the previous one. N is something which we have to find out, and 700 and 525 is known. Thus I can say 1 plus NR upon 100 will be equal to 700 divided by 525, and this goes by 175. So this becomes 4 by 3. Now both of these equations, the right hand side is 4 by 3, so I can equate. And thus I can write 1 plus 4R upon 100 should be equal to 1 plus NR upon 100. 1 and 1 get cancelled, and thus I am left with 4R upon 100 should be equal to NR upon 100. Again 100, RR get cancelled, and thus I can say N is equal to 4 years. Thus the amount rupees 525 become rupees 700 after N years, and N comes out to be 4. So thus after 4 years it will become rupees 700. So C is the correct answer. After adding 5 to both numerators and denominator of the following fractions, arrange them in ascending order of the magnitude of change in their values. So we have to find out the magnitude of change in their values. So initially A is 2 by 3. After adding 5 to both numerator and denominator, A becomes 7 by 8. Now what is the change? Change is equal to, I can take 24 as the LCM, and we will get 8, 7, 3, 21, 16. So change is 5 by 24. This is 21 by 24. This is 21 by 24, and this is 16 by 24. So the change is 5 by 24. Similarly, if A is 3 by 4, B is 3 by 4, B dash after adding 5 in both numerator and denominator, it becomes 8 by 9. Thus change will be equal to 8 by 9 minus 3 by 4, and this is equal to 36, 32 minus 27, which is 5 by 36. So this is my change for B. Again for C, it is 4 by 5. I'll add 5 in both numerator and denominator. C dash become 9 by 10. Now this is, the change is 9 by 10 minus 4 by 5, and this will be equal to 1 by 10. And similarly for D it is 5 by 6. After adding D, it becomes 10 by 11. So change will be equal to 10 by 11 minus 5 by 6, and this is, I have to take 66 LCM, so 60 minus 55, so 5 by 66. So this is my change. So if I write down the change of A, B, C, D, change, basically for A it is 5 by 24, for B it is 5 by 36, for C it is 1 by 10, and for D it is 5 by 66. I have to take the LCM for this because I have to make the denominator same for each of them. This is for A, this is for B, this is for C, and this is for D. So instead of taking the LCM, let's say I can compare some of them. So for A and B, if the denominator is higher, the fraction becomes lower. Let's say if numerator is same and denominator is higher, fraction value will be lower. If denominator increases, fraction value decreases. So I can say B should be less than A. B should be less than A. Also, let's say compare A and C now. So, or let's compare B and C now. So 5 by 36, if I multiply it for C, it is 1 by 10. If I multiply and divide by 3.6, if I multiply 3.6 in numerator and denominator as well, this will become, change in C will become 3.6 divided by 36. Now 3.6 divided by 36, this is less than 5 by 36. This is less than 5 by 36. So I can say C is less than B. So I can combine both of them and I can write C less than B less than A. So up till now here it is 5. Let us compare C and D. Let us compare C and D. 1 by 10 can be written as, so C, change in C is 1 by 10. I'll just multiply and divide by 6.6. I'll just multiply and divide by 6.6. This will become 6.6 divided by 66. The change in value of C, 1 by 10 can be also be written as 6.6 divided by 66. And the 6.66, it is greater than. So 6.6 by 66 is greater than 5 by 66. Thus I can say the value of D, which is 5 by 66, is less than C. Value of D is less than C. So further I can write D is less than C, which means C is greater than D. So I can further simplify this to greater than D. So this is my final change in value, magnitude of change in value. So magnitude of change in value is when arranged in ascending order, this will be D less than C less than B less than A. This will be the order, and therefore option C, which is D less than C less than B less than A, will be the correct answer. The next question says selling price of a glass is rupees 1965 and loss percentage 25%. So I know the formula, selling price is equal to 1 minus loss percentage by 100 into cost price. So similarly, if the selling price is 1965, I can write 1965 is equal to loss percentage 25, so 1 minus 25 by 100 into cost price. Thus I can write 1965 should be equal to, this 1 minus 25 by 100 is 75 by 100, or I can write 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 into cost price. So now this is 3 6 the 18, 655. Thus I can write cost price is equal to 655 into 4. Thus cost price will be equal to 1310 or 2620 rupees. Cost price is equal to 2620 rupees. If its selling price is rupees 3013, then his profit percent, then what will be the profit percent? So if selling price is 3013, again I'll use the same formula, which is selling price is equals to cost price into 1 plus profit percentage by 100. Now my new selling price is what? It is 3013 and my cost price is 2620. So I'll use the same thing, 3013 equals to 2620 into 1 plus P divided by 100. Let's say P is the value which is the profit percentage. Now this will become 3013 divided by 2620 is equal to 2620 is equal to 1 plus P by 100, or I can write P by 100 will be equal to, I'll take this one to the left hand side. So 3013 minus 2620, this will be equal to 393 divided by 2620. So the 0 0 get cancelled and this goes by 131. So this 131 into 3 and this is 131 into 2. Thus I can write P is equal to 3 by 2 into 10. It is not, zeros get cancelled, so it is 10. So 3 by 2 into 10, and thus I can write P is equal to 3 by 2 into 10 is 15. So P is equals to 15. Thus the profit percentage will be 15%, and thus option C will be the correct answer. The next question is saying consider the following statements. Which of them are correct? So we have to consider all the statements A, B and C, and we have to check which one is correct or not. So if I check statement A, A is saying if height of the cylinder is doubled, the area of curved surface area is doubled. So what is curved surface area? Curved surface area of a cylinder is basically 2 pi RH. Now if I say new height, or let's say h dash, is 2 times the original height, my new curved surface area CSA dash can be 2 pi r into 2h, which is equal to 4 pi RH, which is 2 times the original curved surface area. So thus I can say if height of the cylinder is doubled, the area of curved surface area is doubled as well. So statement A is correct. Then we have if the radius of a hemispherical solid is doubled. So radius of a hemispherical solid, so it's doubled, its total surface area becomes fourfold. What is the total surface area for hemisphere? So total surface area for hemisphere is 2 pi r square plus pi r square of that the base. So total surface area is 3 pi r square. Now it's saying the radius is doubled, so r dash is now 2r. Thus the new total surface area, let us say TSA dash, will be equal to 3 pi into 2r ka whole square, which is equal to 12 pi r square, which is equal to 4 times the total surface area. So if I can clearly see that if the radius is doubled, the total surface area of the solid, of the hemispherical solid, is increased by 4 times, and thus I can say statement B is also correct. Then we have statement C. The statement C is saying if hemisphere and cone have equal bases and equal heights, then the ratio of curved surface area is √2:1. So we have a hemisphere and a cone which have equal base and equal height. So equal base means radius is r. Now if they have heights as equal, height of hemisphere will be r. Height of the hemisphere will be r. Thus I can say height of the cone will also be r. Height of the cone will be r. Now what is the curved surface area of hemisphere? Curved surface area of hemisphere is 2 pi r square. Now r is same, so it will remain 2 pi r square only. Now curved surface area of cone is basically pi rl. So this is my L. And how do we find L? L is equals to under root r square plus h square. Now here my radius is r and height is also r. So radius and height both are r. So I can say this will be equal to pi into r into under root of r square plus r square. This is equal to pi r into √2r, which is equal to √2 pi r square. √2 pi r square. Thus I can say curved surface area of hemisphere is to curved surface area of cone will be of the ratio 2 pi r square is to √2 pi r square. Both of them get cancelled and this is √2:1. This is √2:1, and thus I can say statement C is also correct, and therefore option D, which is A, B and C are correct, is the correct answer. The next question is saying if this expression is 4.53 minus 3.07 whole square divided by 3.07, let's say this entire expression is simplified. We have to simplify this entire expression. So let's say A is equal to 4.53 minus 3.07. So this is equal to what? This is equal to 1.46. This is 1.46. What is B? B is 3.07 minus 2.15. That is, I am considering this part as A, this part as B, and this part as C. So B is equal to 3.07 minus 2.15, which is equal to 0.92. Now we have C which is equal to 2.15 minus 4.53, which is equal to minus 2.38. My C is minus 2.38. Now if I say, if I check A, B and C, okay, this is B, then this is C, then if this is B, then this is C, this is A, and this is C, then this is A, and this is B. Now if I check the value of A plus B plus C, A plus B plus C is 1.46 plus 0.92, which is 2.38, and minus 2.38. So A plus B plus C is equal to 0. So we'll get A plus B plus C as 0. Now let's simplify this one. Instead of 4.53 minus 0.07, I'll put A. 3.07 minus 2.15, I'll put as B, and 2.15 minus 4.53, I'll put as C. So this will be simplified to A square upon BC plus B square upon AC plus C square upon AB. If I take the LCM, which is A, B and C, ABC, So this will become a cube plus b cube plus c cube. So the entire expression is simplified to a cube plus b cube plus c cube divided by a, b, c. Now we know that if a plus b plus c is 0, a plus b plus c is equal to 0, then I can write a cube plus b cube plus c cube should be equal to 3abc. This is the rule. When a plus b plus c is 0, a cube plus b cube plus c cube is equal to 3 times of a, b and c. Thus this can be simplified to a cube plus b cube plus c cube. We can write this as 3abc divided by abc, and this abc get cancelled and this becomes equal to 3. Thus the entire expression is simplified to 3, and thus I can say option D, 3 is the correct answer. The next question is saying match the list 1 with list 2. So we have to match this list with this list. Now we can take the help of a calculator for this. So let me individually calculate the values. A is 60% of 264. So 60% of 264 will be equal to 158.4. Then B is 60% of 28% of 240. So which is 0.6 into 0.28 into 240. This will be simplified to 40.32. You can take the help of the calculator. Then C is 85% of 485.5. So which is 0.85 into 485.5. This will be equal to 412.675. Then we have D, which is 50% of 250, which is equal to 5.5 times 250, and thus I can say this is equal to 1375. Now let's calculate. This was list 1. Let's calculate list 2. So 1 is equal to 20% of 6875. So 0.2 into 6875. This is equal to 1375. And we have second, which is 50% of 825.35, which is 0.5 into 825.35, and this will be equal to 412.675. Then we have third, which is 15% of 1056, which is 0.15 into 1056. This will be equal to 158.4. And we have fourth, which is 8.4% of 480. This will be 8.4% into 480. 0.84 into 480. This is equal to 40.32. Thus I can match A with 3. A with 3. Then I have B. B I can match with 4. So B 4. Then I can match C with 2. So C 2. And I can match D with 1 remaining. So D is 1. So A 3, B 4, C 2, D 1. This is the correct order, and thus option D is the correct answer. The next question we have to again simplify. This is root 2 plus root 3, under root of 2 plus under root 3, then multiplied by under root of 2 plus under root of 2 plus under root of 3, multiplied by this number and this number. So what we'll do, first of all, I'll take only these two numbers. I'll take only these two parts. And I'll use the basic property of A plus B multiplied by A minus B is equal to A square minus B square. I'll use this property, which is A plus B multiplied by A minus B is equal to A square minus B square. I'll consider this as A and this entire as B. So again this will be A and this entire will be B. So A plus B into A minus B, again under root, since both of them are in under root, so I can just put all of them in under root or square roots. A square, which is 2 square, minus B square, which is under root of 2 plus under root of 2 plus under root of 3 ka whole square. So this will be equal to under root of 2 square is 4 minus, if I square this term, the under root will be removed and this will become 2 plus under root of 2 plus root 3. This will be further simplified to under root of 4 minus 2 is 2, and this will become 2 minus 2 plus root 3. 2 minus under root of 2 plus root 3. This will become under root of 2 plus root 3. So 2 minus under root of 2 plus root 3. Now what I'll do, I'll consume this term and this term. I'll take this terms in consideration, and now what I'll say this is my A and this entire is my B. Thus this is my A and this entire is my B. And thus I'll do A square minus B square. So this will be equal to A square minus B square will be equal to under root of 2 square minus under root of 2 plus root 3 ka whole square. This is equal to under root of 2 square is 4 minus under root of 2 plus root 3 ka whole square is 2 plus root 3, because the square root will be removed. So if I further simplify this, this will be equal to 4 minus 2 is 2, so this will be equal to 2 minus root 3. Now this term, and we are left with one more term remaining, which is the most left, the leftist term, which is this term. So thus I can bring this down to here, and thus I can write 2 plus root 3 multiplied by 2 minus root 3. Again, this is under root of 2 plus root 3 into under root of 2 minus root 3. Again, this is a plus b into a minus b, and this I can simplify as 2 square minus root 3 ka whole square, which is equal to under root of 4 minus 3, which is equal to 1. Thus, the entire expression is simplified to 1, and therefore I can say option A1 is the correct answer. The next question is saying the traffic lights at 3 different roads crossing change after every 48 seconds, 72 seconds and 108 seconds respectively. They all change simultaneously at 8:20. When will they again change simultaneously? So at 8:20 hours, they are changing simultaneously, and we have to find out the next time at which they change simultaneously. Now we are given the periodicity that there are 3 lights. So first light change after every 48 seconds, then second light change after every 72 seconds, and third light change after 108 seconds, after every 108 seconds. And we have to find out the time, the next time after 8:20 at which they all will change simultaneously. So if I have to find out the time at which they all will change simultaneously, I have to find the LCM of these 3. I have to find out that particular, after what particular time the change of all the 3 lights will occur at the same time. So all the 3 lights will be changing at the same time. So what I have to do? I have to take LCM of 48, 72, 108. Now if I write what is 48, 48 can be written as 2 to the power 4 into 3. Then 72 can be written as 2 to the power 3 into 3 square. And 108 can be written as 2 square into 3 cube. Thus if I have to take the LCM, so LCM will be, what is the highest power of 2 in all these terms? The highest power of 2 is 2 to the power 4. Highest power of 2 is 2 to the power 4, so this will be 2 to the power 4. And in 3, what is the highest power of 3? Highest power of 3 is 3 cube, so 2 to the power 4 into 3 cube, which is 16 into 27, which is equal to 270 into 6, which is 432. Thus the LCM is 432. So I can say after 432 seconds, they will again change simultaneously. They will again change simultaneously. So what is 432 seconds? 432 seconds can be written as 7 minutes and 12 seconds. Thus after 8:20, the time will be changed again at 8 hours, 27 minutes and 12 seconds. So at this particular time, all the 3 lights will change simultaneously, and therefore I can say option B is the correct answer. Next question is saying if x cube plus y cube is equal to 468 and x plus y is equal to 12, then value of x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 will be. So I know the value of x cube plus y cube, which is equal to 468, and x plus y, which is equal to 12. So what I'll do, I'll take the cube of x plus y. So x plus y ka whole cube is x cube plus y cube plus 3xy into x plus y, because I need to find out the value of xy, then only I can compute the value of x square plus y square, and then I can compute the value of x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4. So x plus y cube, what is x plus y? X plus y is 12, so 12 ka cube should be equal to x cube plus y cube is 468. So 468 plus 3xy into x plus y is again 12. So this can be simplified to 1728 is equal to 468 plus 36xy. I can take this to the left hand side, and this will become 1260 is equal to 36 times xy, and therefore I can write xy is equal to 1260 divided by 36, which is equal to 35. So xy is equal to 35. Now we have x plus y is equal to 12. So if x plus y is equal to 12, and what I'll do, I'll square both sides. If I square both sides, it will become x square plus y square plus 2xy, and xy is 35. So 2xy is 2 into 35 should be equal to 12 ka square is 144. So 2 into 35 is 70, and 144 minus 70 is 74. Thus I can write x square plus y square is equal to 74. Now after getting x square plus y square is equal to 74, what I'll do, I'll again square both sides, because ultimately I have to find out the value of x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4. So x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4, we have to square this term as well. So this will be equal to x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 plus 2x square y square is equal to 74 का whole square, which is 5416. The second, right, x4 plus y4 plus 2, xy is 35, so 2 into 35 का whole square should be equal to 5416. This can be written as x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4. 35 square is 1225, multiplied by 2 is 2450, so 2450 should be equal to 74 square is 5476, I think. 74 square is 5476, so 5476, so this will be equal to 5476. Thus x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 should be equal to 3026. I can take this to the right hand side and this will be the value of x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4, which is 3026, and therefore option D is the correct answer. The next question is given, rupees 11,550 has to be divided between A, B and C such that A gets 4 by 5 of B, so A is equal to 4 by 5 times of B, and B gets 2 by 3 of what C gets, so B gets 2 by 3 of C. How much more does C get in comparison to A? So what I can do is A is equal to 4 by 5B and B is equal to 2 by 3C. I can put this value of B. So I'll get A is equal to 4 by 5 into 2 by 3C, which is equal to A is equal to 8 by 15C. So A will be 8 by 15C and B is 2 by 3C. Now what we'll do, I know A plus B plus C, if the total amount to be divided is 11,550. 11,550 is the amount to be divided. A is 8 by 15C, B is 2 by 3C, and this is C. This is equal to 11,550. Now we have 2 by 3C is equal to 10 by 15C. So 8 by 15 plus 10 by 15 is, if I take the LCM over here, so this is 8C plus 10C plus 15C is equal to 11,550. Thus I can write 33C divided by 15 is equal to 11,550. This 33 and 1150 is, can be divided, and this will be 33, 3 is 19, 350. So thus I can write C will be 350 into 15. C will be 350 into 15. What will be A? A is 8 by 15 into C. 8 by 15 into C, which is equal to 8 by 15 into 350 multiplied by 15. So 15 get cancels and A will get 350 into 8. We have to find out the difference, that is how much more does C get in comparison to A. So we have to find out the value of C minus A. So thus I can simplify this to C minus A is equal to 350 into 15 minus 350 into 8, which is equal to 350 into 7, and 350 into 7 is 2450. Thus the comparison between C and A, C gets rupees 2450 more than A, and therefore option D is the correct answer. The next question is given, three numbers A, B and C are such that A is 40% less than B. So A is B minus 40% of B, which is B minus 0.4B. So thus I can say A is 0.6B. A is 0.6B and C is 40% of the sum of A and B, and C is 40% of A plus B. Thus I can write C is 0.4 times A plus B. So if I further simplify this, if I put the value of A is equal to 0.6B, so C I can write 0.4 multiplied by 0.6B plus B, which is equal to C is equal to 0.4 into 1.6B, which is equal to C is equal to 0.4 into 1.6, which is 0.64B. Thus A is 0.6B, C is 0.64B. We have found out the difference between A and B is what percentage of C. So what is the difference between A and B? A is 0.6B. So difference between A and B will be 0.6B minus B. So this is equal to 0.4B. The difference between A and B is 0.4B, and we have to find out it is what percentage of C. So if I have to find out percentage of C, the percentage of C will be mod of A minus B is what percentage of C. This will be equal to difference between the two, that is what is the original value which we have to compare is basically 0.4. B against which we have to compare is the value of C, so 0.64B multiplied by 100. So BB get cancelled. This will become 40 divided by 64, or I can write it here, 40 divided by 64 into 100. 40 is, if we divide, this will be 5 by 8 into 100, or I can write difference between A and B is 62.5% of C, and therefore I can write option C is the correct answer. Arrange the following in descending order based on their perimeters. So we have to compare their perimeters. So if I say a square, so first is saying a square with an area of 36 centimeters. So A square is equal to 36 centimeter. If I consider the side of square as A, and thus I'll get A is equal to 6 centimeter, and therefore perimeter will be equal to 4 into 6, which is 24 centimeter. Then if I now consider B, an equilateral triangle of side 9 centimeter. So if the side is B, let's say it is 9 centimeter, perimeter will be equal to 3 into 9, which is equal to 27 centimeter. Then we have C, a rectangle with 10 centimeter is length and 40 square centimeter is area. So I know area is equal to length into breadth. Now it is given area is 40 square centimeter. So 40 is equal to, what is length? Length is 10. And what is breadth? We have to find out. So B will come out as 4 centimeter. So I know L is 10, B is 4. Perimeter is what? It is 2 times L plus B, which is equal to 2 into 10 plus 4, 14, or I can write 28 centimeter. And my D is a circle with radius of 4 centimeter. A circle of radius 4 centimeter. So if radius is 4 centimeter, what is the perimeter or the circumference? It is 2 pi r, which is equal to 2 into 3.14. I can take the value of pi, and r is 4. So this comes out to be 2 4 are 8, it's 24, and 48 14 4 8 1 1 2. So this comes out to be 25.12 centimeter. So my A is 24, B is 27, C is 28, and D is 25. These are my perimeters. So if I have to arrange them, my largest value will be C. C is my largest, then my second largest is B, then my third largest is D, and fourth smallest is A. So my correct order will be C greater than B, greater than D, greater than A, and therefore option D, which is C, B, D, A, is the correct answer. The next question is saying a solid brass sphere of radius 21 centimeter is converted into a right circular cylinder rod of length 28 centimeter. So it is converted, which means I have to basically compare the volumes. So I can write, what is the volume of sphere? It will be 4 by 3 pi r cube. R is 21 centimeter, so it is 21 ka whole cube. Should be equal to, converted into right circular cylinder, so volume of cylinder is pi r square, so this will be pi. Radius we don't know, we have to find out r square, and height is what? It is the length of the rod, which is 28 centimeters, so this is 28. So this pi and pi get cancelled, this goes 7 times, and this will be 7 into 3, which is 21. So thus I can write r square is equal to this 7 and 3, this will become 21, and this will remove 1 power of 21. So r square will be equal to 21 square, and thus I can write r is equal to 21 centimeter. So radius of the cylinder is 21 centimeter. We have to find out the ratio of total surface areas of the rod to sphere. So total surface area of rod will be equal to, if I say this is my rod, my total surface area, first of all this one, which is 2 pi RH, plus in total surface area we have to consider the top face and the bottom face as well, which is 2 pi r square. So 2 pi RH plus 2 pi r square. So this I can take 2 pi r as common into r plus h. So this will be equal to 2 pi into r is 21 into r plus h is radius is 21 and height is 28. So 21 plus 28, it is 49. This is 21 for rod and length is 28. So 21 plus 28 is 49. Now total surface area of sphere. This is equal to, total surface area of sphere is 4 pi r square. Thus this can be written as 4 pi into 21 ka whole square. Thus if I have to take the ratios, that is TSA of rod divided by TSA of sphere, this is equal to 2 pi into 21 into 49 divided by 4 pi into 21 into 21. So this 21 goes, pi and pi get cancelled, this will become 2 times, this will become 2 times, and this will go 7 and 3. This will be divisible by 7 and 3, and thus I can write the ratio will be 7 upon 6, or I can write the ratio is 7:6. 7:6 is the ratio, and therefore I can write option B, which is 7:6 is the correct answer. The next question is saying the ratios of copper to zinc in alloys A and B are 3:4 and 5:9 respectively. So let's say I have alloy A, copper and zinc is in the ratio 3:4, and for alloy B I have copper and zinc in the ratio 5:9. if A and B are taken in the ratio 2:3, so this is in the ratio of 2:3 and melted to form new alloy C, then the ratio of copper to zinc in C is. So I have to just combine all the contents of A and B, and then alloy C will be formed, but I have to mix A and B in the ratio of 2:3. Now this is 3:4. So what I'll do, I'll consider some value which is a multiple of 7. So 3:4 and this is 5:9, which is 14. The total here is 14 and total here is 7. So what I'll do, I'll consider some value which is a multiple of 7. Now if I take 21, what will happen? This I can get an integer value for, but for this the values will be in decimal. So instead of 21, what I'll take as 42. Yeah, so 42 I'll take. So what I meant to say is, I'll assume alloy A as 28x and alloy B as 42x. Alloy A as 28x and alloy B as 42x. Why I am doing this? Because then I have to just not worry about the decimals and everything will be in the integer values. And again, if you see, we have to maintain the ratio of 2:3. So here as well, the ratio of 2:3 is maintained. 28:42 is basically 2:3. So I consider this is 28x and this is 42x. Copper will be 3/7 into 28, which is equal to 12x. And zinc will be 4/7 into 28, which is 16x. And for 42x, copper will be 5/14 into 42x, which is 15x. This is not 10x, this is 15x. And this zinc will be equal to 9/14 into 42x, which is 27x. Thus, if I say, if both of them are mixed, this is alloy A and this is alloy B. If both of them are mixed, what will happen? We will have another alloy, which is alloy C, which is equal to 70x. And this 70x, what will be the copper amount? Copper amount will be 15x plus 12x, which is equal to 27x. And what is the zinc amount? Zinc amount is 16x and 27x. This is equal to 43x. So copper is 27x, zinc is 43x, and thus I can say the ratio of copper is to zinc. Ratio of copper is to zinc is 27:43. Ratio of copper is to zinc in alloy C is 27:43, and therefore I can write option D, 27:43 is the correct answer. The next question is saying, let x be the median of the data 13, 8, 15, 14, 17, 9, 14, 16, 13, 17, 14, 15, 16, 15 and 14. So for median of the data, what we have to do is basically we have to arrange all of these numbers in ascending order. So from 13 till all the numbers, I have to arrange them in ascending order. Now for that will be the median. So x will be the median. So if I arrange them in the ascending order now, I can see the minimum value is 8. So I'll first write 8. Then I can see 9. So I'll write 9. I'll remove this 9 as well. Then I have, after this 9, I have 13, and 13 I have 1, 2, I have 2 13. So 1 13 and 2 13. So 13 will 2 13 as well. Then I have 14. So 14 I have 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 4 14 I have. So 14, 4, 1 4 and 4 14. Then I have 3 15, which is 1, 2 and 3. So 3 15 I'll write 1 5, 1 5 and 1 5. Now we have 16, and 16 there is only 2 16s. So there are 2 16s. So 1 6 and 1 6. And then there are 2 17s. So there are 2 17s as well. So thus if I count, this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 numbers, and this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 and 15 numbers. So if there are 15 numbers, let's say n is equal to 15, the median will be, since it is an odd number, the median term will be n plus 1 by 2th term. Median will be n plus 1 by 2th term. So I can cite, for if n is equal to 15, then median will be 8th term. Now what is my 8th term? This is my first, second, third, fourth, 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. So 8th term is 14, and thus median will be 14. And what is this median? This is x. So x will be equal to 14. The second part of question is saying, if 8 is replaced by 18, then the median of data is y. Okay, for this data, that is for this given data, this data, if 8 is replaced by 18, so what will happen? The data will become 9, 13, 13, 14, 14, 14, 14, 15, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17, 17 and 18. So again the 8 is replaced with 18. So we have n is equal to, again 15 terms are there. So thus the median term will be 8th term, which is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So 8th term, which is 15, is 15. So thus I can write y is equal to 15, because the median of this data after replacing 8 with 18 is y, and y is 15. It is asking for the sum of values of x plus y. So x plus y will be equal to 14 plus 15, which is equal to 29. So this is 29, and therefore option D, 29 is the correct answer. Next question is saying two ships are sailing in the sea on the two sides of a lighthouse. The angle of elevations of the top of the lighthouse as observed from two ships are 30 degree and 45 degree. So let's say this is my lighthouse. Now two ships are observing an angle of 30 degree and 45 degree as an angle of elevation. So from this, let's say from this point, there is an angle of elevation of 45 degrees. And from this point, there is an angle of elevation of 30 degrees. Angle of elevation of 30 degrees, and this is my lighthouse. Here is my ship 1 and here is my ship 2. From here the angle of elevation is, from ship 2 it is 30 degree and from ship 1 it is 45 degrees. If the lighthouse is 100 meter high, so if the lighthouse, this lighthouse is 100 meter high, so the height of the lighthouse is 100 meter, the distance between the two ships is approximately. So if I say this is A and this distance is B, then I can say distance between the two ships will be A plus B. A plus B will be the distance between the two ships. Now I know this is 90 and this is also 90. So I can apply tan angle formula in this, both the triangles. So if I apply tan angle formula in this one, this will be tan 45 degree is equals to perpendicular, which is this one, which is the height 100, upon base is A, and tan 45 is 1, so I can write 100 upon A is equal to 1, or I can write A is equals to 100 meters. A is equals to 100 meters. Now I have to find out B, so I'll apply tan angle formula in this triangle. So tan 30 degrees, which is this tan 30, is perpendicular, which is this 100 upon what is base? Base is B. So 100 upon B, this implies 100 upon B is equals to 1 by root 3, and therefore I can say B is equals to 100 root 3 meters. B is equals to 100 root 3 meters. Now I have to find out the distance between the two ships, which is A plus B. So A plus B will be 100 plus 100 root 3, and root 3 we know it is 1.73. The value of root 3 is 1.73, so I can write 100 into 1.73, therefore 100 plus 100 into 1.73 is 173, and this is equal to 273 meters. Thus the distance between the two ships will be 273 meters, and therefore option C, 273 is the correct answer. The next question is saying cost price of article A is rupees 200 more than the cost price of article B. So article A is 200 more than article B. So A is equals to B plus 200. Article A was sold at 10% loss and article B was sold at 25% profit. So if I say article A, the price, article A was sold at 10% loss. 10% loss. So if this is the cost price, the selling price will be CP into 1 minus loss percentage, or 1 minus loss percentage divided by 100. Now what is loss? Loss here is 10%. So 1 minus 10 by 100 is 9 by 10. So 1 minus 10 by 100 is 9 by 10, and this will be 9 by 10 into A, which is equal to 0.98. So cost price is A, then selling price for A is 0.98. For B, the cost price was B, but there was a 25% profit. There was this 25% profit, and therefore I can say selling price will be 1 plus profit percentage into cost price. So this will be 1.25B. So this was selling price for A, selling price for B. If the overall profit earned after selling both the articles is 4%, this means that what was the overall price? Overall cost price was A plus B. This was 4% profit. So thus the overall selling price will be 1 plus profit percentage divided by 100. So this will be 1.04 into A plus B. Now this value and the sum of these two values should be equal, because this is the combined cost price. So combined selling price should be equal to this. So thus I can write 0.9A plus 1.25B should be equal to 1.04A plus 1.04B. Thus I can take this to the left hand side and this to the right hand side, and I'll get 0.21B is equals to 0.14A. I can remove the decimals. This will go 7 times, so 3 and 2. So I can write A upon B should be equal to 3 upon 2. So if A upon B, the ratio of A is to B is 3 is to 2, I can write A is equal to 3K and B is equal to 2K. So if A is equal to 3K, B is equal to 2K, I can just put this value of A and B in this equation. So thus I can write 3K is equals to 2K plus 200, or from solving this I'll get K is equals to 200 value. 3K is equals to 2K plus 200, so K is equal to 200. Thus the price of A will be 3K, which is equal to rupees 600, and price of B will be 2K, which is equal to rupees 400. So since it is asking for the cost price of B, it is asking for the what is the cost price of article B. The article B's cost price is rupees 400. So option B is the correct answer. The next question is saying 40 men can complete the work in 48 days. So let's say one man's efficiency is equals to M units per day. So 40 men efficiency will be 40 M units per day. Now they are working for 48 days. So in one day they can do 40 M units of work. So in 48 days they can do 40 into 48 M. So in one day they can do 40 M units of work. So in 48 days they can do 40 into 48 M. So this will be equal to 48 into 40, which is 1920 M. So 1920 M. So this is the entire amount of work which needs to be done. This is the entire amount of work which needs to be done. Now further question is saying 64 men started and did the same work for X days. So for some X number of days, 64 men were doing the job. After X days, 32 men increased, so the remaining work is completed in 16 by 3 days. So after this, 32 more men were joined. 32 more men joined. So now the total number of men will be 96, 64 plus 32. And the work was completed in 16 by 3 days, which is equal to 16 to the 48 plus 250. So this is 50 by 3 days. For X days, 64 men worked, and for 50 by 3 days, 96 men worked, and they together completed 1920 units of work. 1920 M units of work. Thus I can write, and I have to find out the value of X. Then what is the value of X? So I can solve this equation. 64 men means efficiency will be 64 M, and total work in X days will be 64 M multiplied by X, plus there is 96 men, so efficiency will be 96 M, and for how many days they are working? They are working for 50 by 3 days, so total work would be 96 M multiplied by 50 by 3. This should be equal to 1920. If I solve this, this will be 32, and 32 in 50 is 1600. So I can write 64. Okay, also I can cancel out M from the entire equation. So I am getting 64X plus 1600 should be equal to 1920, or I can write 64X is equals to 320. I can take this to the right hand side, and thus I can write X should be equal to 5. Thus there should be 5 days initially when 64 men are working, and then in the next 50 by 3 days 96 men complete the entire work. So X is equal to 5. Option A is the correct answer. If A plus B is equals to 2C, then the value of A upon A minus C plus B upon B minus C is equal. So A plus B is equal to 2C is given to us, and we have to find out the value of A upon A minus C plus B upon B minus C. What I can do is I can write this A plus B is equals to C plus C, and this one C I can take to the left hand side, and this B I can take to the right hand side. So I can write A minus C is equal to C minus B. So this value of A minus C I can put it in this part. So I can write A upon C minus B plus B minus C, B upon B minus C. So A minus C I have written A upon C minus B. I have changed it to from A minus C to C minus B. So A upon C minus B plus B upon B minus C. Now I'll change this part to C minus B as well. So what I have to do is basically A upon C minus B plus B upon minus of C minus B plus B upon minus of C minus B, because this will become B minus C only. So this will be equal to A minus B upon C minus B. Now from this part I can also write A can be equal to 2C minus B, because I can take this B to the right hand side. So A will be equal to 2C minus B. So this value of A I'll put here. So now what I'll get is A minus B implies A minus B upon C minus B. Thus this will be simplified to A can be written as 2C minus B upon C minus B. So this is equal to 2C minus B is 2C minus 2B upon C minus B, or I can write 2 into C minus B upon C minus B. The C minus B and C minus B get cancelled, and thus the entire this equation A upon A minus C plus B upon B minus C is simplified to the value 2. Is simplified to the value 2, and therefore option C, which is 2, is the correct answer. Let x be the least number which when divided by 8, 12, 20, 28 and 35 leaves a remainder of 5 in each case. Then the sum of digits of x is. So if x is the least number which when divided by all these numbers. So the least number which is divided by all of them, 8, 12, 20, 28, 35. So least number which is divided by all 8, 12, 28, 25, 28, 20, 28 and 25 is basically the LCM of 8, 12, 20, 28 and 35. This is the least number which is divided by all of them, which is basically the LCM. It leaves a remainder of 5 in each case. So thus I can write this in this LCM. If I add 5, all of these numbers will leave a remainder of 5 in each case. So I can write x is equals to LCM of 8, 12, 20, 28 and 35 plus 5. So x is equals to LCM of all these 5 numbers plus 5. Now if I write what is 8, 8 is basically 2 cube, 12 is 2 square into 3, then I have 20 which is 2 square into 5, then 28 which is 2 square into 7, and then 35 which is 5 into 7. So if I have to find out LCM, I have to take the highest powers of all of these numbers. Highest powers of all of these numbers, if I see what is the highest power of 2, highest power of 2 is basically 2 to the power of 3, so 2 cube. Then highest power of 3 is 3 only, so 3. Highest power of 5 is only 1, so 5 into 5, and highest power of 7 is 1, so into 7. So this value is equal to LCM is 2 cube into 8, so 8 into 3 24 into 5 120 into 7 is 840. So LCM is 840. Thus I can write x is equal to LCM of this number, which is 840 plus 5. So x is equals to 8, 4 and 5. This is the value of x. We are required to find out the sum of digits of x. So sum of digits will be equal to 8 plus 4 plus 5. This is equal to 17. So sum of digits of x is equal to 17, and therefore I can write option A, 17 is the correct answer. The next question is saying if sin theta plus cos theta divided by sin theta minus cos theta is equal to 3, then the value of sin theta to the power 4 minus cos theta to the power 4 is. So I can just simplify this equation. I can write sin theta plus cos theta is equals to 3 sin theta minus 3 cos theta. I can take this to the left hand side and sin theta to the right hand side. I'll get 4 cos theta is equals to 2 sin theta, and thus I can write sin theta by cos theta is tan theta. So tan theta is equal to 4 by 2, which is 2. So tan theta is equal to 2. Now tan theta I know it is perpendicular upon base. Tan theta is perpendicular upon base. If this is my triangle, now this angle is perpendicular and this is base, and this is my hypotenuse. This is 90 and this is theta. Now I have tan theta is equal to 2. So perpendicular upon base is 2 upon 1. So I can write perpendicular as 2 and base as 1. Because it is perpendicular upon base, so this can be written as 2 upon 1, and thus perpendicular 2 and base 1. So thus hypotenuse will be under root of p square plus b square, which is under root 2 square plus 1 square under root of 5. So hypotenuse will be root 5. Now what is sin theta? Sin theta will be equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse, and what is perpendicular? It is 2, and what is hypotenuse? It is root 5. So 2 upon root 5. What is cos theta? Cos theta is base upon hypotenuse, which is equal to 1 upon root 5. Base is 1 and hypotenuse is root 5, so 1 upon root 5. We have to find out the value of sin theta to the power 4 minus cos theta to the power 4. So sin 4 theta minus, this is minus cos 4 theta. So cos theta to the power 4. So I can write 2 by root 5 to the whole power 4 minus 1 by root 5 to the whole power 4. So 2 by root 5 is 16 upon 25. This is equal to 16 upon 25 minus 1 by root 5 to the whole power 4 is 1 upon 25, which is equal to 15 upon 25, and thus this is equal to 3 upon 5. Thus this is equal to 3 upon 5, and therefore I can say the value of sin 4 theta minus cos 4 theta is equal to 3 upon 5, and therefore option C, 3 upon 5 will be the correct answer. Next question is saying 4 persons are chosen at random from a group of 3 men, 2 women and 4 children. The chance that exactly 2 of them are children is. So I need, so first of all, what are the total number of outcomes? So total outcomes is, since we have to find out the chance, which is basically the probability, so we have to find out favorable outcomes and total outcomes. Now chance that exactly 2 of them are children. So first of all, let's calculate total outcomes. There are 3 men, 2 women and 4 children, and a team of 4 persons need to be chosen. So out of 3 plus 2 plus 5, there are 9 persons. There are 9 persons and 4 should be chosen. So out of these 9 persons, 4 should be chosen. So thus the total number of outcomes is 9C 4 ways. Or I can write 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 divided by 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Thus total number of outcomes is 4 to the 12, 2 to the 24, and this is 6. Sorry, 6. So 4, 12, no, this is 3. 9 into 7 is 3 into 7. So total number of ways is 126. So 126 is the total number of ways. Now I have to find out the favorable outcomes. Favorable outcomes is exactly 2 of them should be children. So now there are 3 cases possible. We have to choose a team of 4. So what are the 3 cases? And exactly 2 should be children. Exactly 2 should be children. So 2 children, either I can choose 2 men or 2 children, 1 man and 1 woman. Or I can choose 2 children and both of them as women. Thus, if I say there are 3 men and 4, and how many are there? 3 men, 2 women and 4 children. So 2 children is 4C2 multiplied by, out of 3 men, 2 men should be chosen, so 3C2. So 4C2 into 3C2 plus, out of this 4 children, I have to choose 2 children. From 3 men I have to choose 1 man, and 2 women I have to choose 1 woman. So this will be 4C2 into 3C1 into 2C1 plus, out of these 4 children I have to choose 2. So this is 4C2 into, out of these 2 women I have to choose 2. So 2C2. So 4C2 into 3C2 plus 4C2 into 3C1 into 2C1 plus 4C2 into 2C2. These are all the favorable outcomes. These are all the favorable outcomes. And therefore I can say 4C2 into 3C2 is basically 18. 4C2, 6 into 3 is 18 plus 6 into 3, 18 into 2, 36 plus 6 into 1 is 6. So the total favorable outcomes is 60. So these are my total outcomes and these are my favorable outcomes. I can write probability is equal to favorable outcomes divided by total outcomes. Favorable outcomes is 60 and total outcomes is 126. So 60 divided by 126, this is equal to, I can divide it by 6. So this is 10 by 21. Thus this is the probability of the given event, and therefore option D, 10 by 21 is the correct answer. The next question is saying P's income is rupees 140 more than Q's income and R's income is rupees 80 more than S. So P is Q plus 140 and R is S plus 80. If the ratio of P and R income is 2 is to 3, so if P and R, P is to R is equal to 2 is to 3, I can from here write that P is equals to 2x and R is equal to 3x. So P is 2x and R is equal to 3x. Is 2 is to 3 and the ratio of Q's and S's income is 1 is to 2. So Q is to S is equal to 1 is to 2. So Q is equal to Y I can write and S is equal to I can write 2Y. Because it is 1 is to 2, so it can be Y and 2Y. So Y and 2Y and 2x and 3x. So these are the incomes of P, Q, R and S. Now I can put the value of P, Q, R and S. I will get linear equation in 2 variables. I can write first of all P minus Q is equal to 140 And what is P? P is 2x and Q is y. So 2x minus y is equals to 140, and here I can write R minus S is equal to 80. So what is R? R is 3x and S is 2y. So 3x minus 2y is equals to 80. So this is my equation number 1. This is my equation number 2. Solving this, I can write 2 into equation number 1 minus equation number 2 will give me the will eliminate the y variable, and I can get the value of x. So 2 into equation 1 is 4x minus 2y minus 3x. This is equal to, x will be equal to 140 into 2, which is 280 minus 80. This x will come out as 200. X will come out as 200. If I put the value of x is equal to 200 in this equation, I'll get 2 into 200 is 400, and 400 minus 140. So y I'll get as 260. So these are the values of x and y. You can put this in the second equation to verify. So it will be 600 minus 520, which is 80. So it is verified. So thus I can write the equation of P, Q, R and S. So P is 2x. So this will be equal to rupees 400. Q is y, which is equal to rupees 260. R is 3x. So this is equal to rupees 600. And S is 2y, which is equal to rupees 520. So this is P, Q, R and S, 400, 260, 600 and 520, and thus option 400, 260, 600, 520, option C is the correct answer.